Perfection never moved me forward. Experimenting and learn as I go did. That mentality honestly brought me so much. It is what makes me show up every day now on YouTube as well. And I just got home. I did an interview for the first time. It was someone that I guided a few weeks ago. And as she's about to leave to go back to Canada, I asked her if she wanted to leave a review for me. And she offered to do a video review. I was like, hey, that's actually a great idea because I'm revamping my website and I would love to also have not just written reviews, but also video reviews. And so I went along and just did it myself. I'm like, you know what? I have everything. I have now my home studio, I have my outdoor studio. I just never used my outdoor studio until today. And the funny thing is, as I was working with because I have a DJI, it's an Osmo Pocket. She looked at it and she was like, Ash, you're just so professional. You know exactly what to do. Even though I've never used this thing before, I only got my SD card yesterday. It took forever to arrive. Anyway, I never had the chance to work on it before. I never had the chance to even review everything. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it with me. I can do the research in my own time, but right now it's showtime and we're going to work with it. And the funny thing is, and I was thinking about that, this is how I have been approaching everything, starting this whole YouTube journey too. I will improve as I go. The thing is, I didn't wait for perfection before I started. I didn't overthink things. And just like today, I did this review with the client and it really looked professional and it really was smooth. And in that moment, a lot of times I was like, oh, let me also make some B-roll. And hey, let me also do this. And what I noticed is it has become play. When you allow yourself to just move, you allow inspiration to happen in the moment. You allow, to surprise yourself of what you're already able to do. And that doesn't mean that is all going to be fine and good. Sometimes it really helps to think things ahead. Before we shot, for example, I had some questions already ready so that I could ask her in the interview. But a lot of the questions that really landed were the ones that I just made up in the moment. I once made a clip about when you start YouTube, this is what I would recommend your setup to be. And I think it was a very important video. Why? Because we can get so overwhelmed when we think about all these gear that we need to use and work with and all of that. And we want to have good quality too. We want people to hear us properly, etc. But nothing like that ever stops me from doing it. You can start as simple as with your laptop and a good webcam, and then move from there and improve from there. And today I experienced it myself, thinking that when I started YouTube, I had a videographer and now I even make my own reviews for my website. I didn't hire a team for me to do this. I just did it myself. And that just gives a kick. I just packed my bag this morning and I was like, let's just do it. Let's just roll with it, And I think that is such a beautiful way to live life, guys, to not take it too seriously. Yeah, it is important to be professional. It is, you don't want to waste people's time. Of course, I knew it worked, right? But it's more about there's so many functions I could use. And I'm like, no, we will gradually learn that. But right now, I just want to show up and be able to record this. And I think that's just extra special. So for whoever needs to hear this, it's so important to just move and not be too perfectionistic, to just go with what you have and start and be open for inspiration in the moment and take yourself serious enough to say, hey, I've never done this before. So I probably will be amazing good at it. So yeah, start before you're ready. Today, Figo was supposed to be with daddy, but he called me that he wasn't feeling well. And so I went home, I recorded this, and I'm literally now leaving to get ready from school. Um, if I did not have this mentality of just starting before I was ready, before even knowing, oh, what would I talk about today? I would not be able to do this every day, showing up on YouTube. It really liberates you, honestly. And for me to know that I had like 20 minutes left to get home, record this, and then go back to pick the little one up is freeing. I knew, oh, I got this, because the editing I can do when he's in bed, so the most important part is that I can already film this, and that his dad can just, take care of himself right now, and I will just take care of Figo. But I didn't anticipate that I would have the little one today. That's why I even had that recording plan today, because I needed more time for all of that, right? But it worked. It worked because I'm all about starting before I'm ready, because that perfectionism bug is a bug, and it kept me small for so long. It kept me from moving so long. And now I'm just striving on doing exactly the opposite. And I also talked about that in one of my episodes on, I noticed that I did 80% that only impacted 20, and I shifted that. I was like, you know what? Let me just focus on the 20% that makes the 80% difference. And for me, that was, instead of doing everything from the inside, like processing things and analyzing things and whatever, putting things in my Notion and documenting things, I am now just expressing it, and I'm sharing my life day to day, and share the brilliance and the perspective shifts and how to move with life dancing instead of through struggle. Because I could have responded like, "Oh shit, I don't have time to have the little one, and my calendar's full. How am I gonna record?" Well, I didn't even think about it. I was like, "Of course, you can count on me. I'm gonna go home right now, do this, get my baby, have an amazing afternoon together. I still have to eat breakfast, by the way, and take it from there." Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. Start before you're ready. Bye.